Coming in at the worst spot on this list is Snapping Scarecrow. Now, this is a fine prop. None of the Home Depot props this year are bad. My issues lie that it's just really generic. It basically has the Sitting Scarecrow animation, but what makes Sitting Scarecrow work is that he's really up close. This one is you're most likely going to be pretty far away from it, so it's really not going to be effective. And also, every single other jump scarecrow that Home Depot has made is miles better than this. It's not a bad prop, it's just really unnecessary and kind of generic. And I have yet the same problem that I had with Snapping Scarecrow with this one. It's just generic. The only reason this one's above Snapping Scarecrow is because it has like that really cool Illuminati triangle-esque hand that lights up, and it has like a kind of unique hand launching animation, but still the same reason. It's just generic. The audio is okay, I guess, but it's just a generic witch, nothing innovative. Next is the Marionette Witch, and I guess companies are just doing these puppets now. And honestly, the two we got this year are really bad, so I really hope that they do better than Bobby Strings in this. But this is just not for me. It's not a bad prop per se. I get why some people would want it for their display, but it's just kind of weird to me, and yeah, I don't really like it. Now, I know a lot of people like Carl this year, but I don't like his voice. It sounds more like a human than it does a killer clown. Heck, the narrator for his video sounds a lot more like a killer clown than he does.
You! Yes, you! What are you waiting for? The circus is in town, and the enormous 8.5-foot animated carnival car invites you to try your luck.
You look strong. Why don't you come take a shot? If you lose, I'll just put you in place of the bell.
He's also like 8.5 feet tall. That is humongous. I don't even know how anyone could fit him in storage. That is crazy. And his price is really good. It's $200, but he's just kind of generic, and he doesn't have that much animation, so he's not very interesting for me, but if you like him, that's good. Yes, I know this one is objectively generic, but for some reason I like it more than any of the other props that I've put below it. I don't know why I like it more than Carl, because Carl's probably objectively a better prop, but there's just something about this one I like. Maybe it reminds me of like older Reaper props, or like the first Reaper prop I ever got, or the first animated prop I ever got was a Reaper, and maybe he just reminds me of this, but I for some reason kind of like this one. Next is Trickster Trio, and they are really goofy and kind of silly, and not very scary, but they're cool. I like how you can display them separately or stack them up. That's a very nice feature, but they're really cool. Next is the first 12-footer on the list. This is the Inferno Deadwood Skeleton, and lots of people don't like him because of the fact that he's kind of like a reskin of the Inferno Pumpkin Skeleton from 2021. I see their complaint, but it doesn't really bother me too much. I think it's a really cool 12-footer. Not the best. There's one that's much better coming up on the list, but it's fine. This is Skelly's dog, and I think he's a really good pair with the 12-foot Skelly. A really nice addition. I like that Home Depot is making lots of things that you can decorate and customize the 12-foot Skelly with. They even added like these cool eyes for each holiday to both Skelly's dog and the 12-foot Skelly. So this is a nice prop. This is the Plague Doctor, and this is one that definitely could have been in the top 5 if it wasn't for one thing. You see, we haven't had an animated Plague Doctor. This is one of the first besides the Halloween costumes one for this year. But the problem with this one is just those EL wires. Like, it looks so dumb on it. It makes it look like it's from the future, as Pixelated Pumpkin said. It's a really failed opportunity because everything else about the prop is perfect. Like the whole aesthetic, the Victorian aesthetic, his staff, how he moves it, the animation's good, the voice is really good too. So it's just those EL wires that brought it down for me. Next is the Knight Dullahan, and this is really cool because it originated from Irish mythology, so it's cool that Home Depot did that, but I have one problem with it, which is that when he moves the head, he kind of moves it like it not facing the person who's in front of him. It moves it so it's like facing like randomly outward, so it looks kind of weird. But it's a really cool design, and the other animation is cool, how the heads of the horse, like, it tilts upward and down, but it's a good prop. This is the pirate sidekick. I honestly think he should have been called the first mate, but it's fine. He looks really cool. He has that nice red eye, and I think he has servo movement in his neck. He's supposed to go with Captain Cuts, and those two go perfectly together. But this is a really cool prop. Now, I know this one is technically a static and not an animatronic, but I decided to include it anyway because this is an awesome tree prop. It's so classic and so cool. I love its little face, and it's 9 feet tall for $250, which is a fair price. This one is just awesome. This is the Levitating Reaper, which is probably one of the best, if not the best, 12-footers of all time. It has the same exact floating effect, as the Hovering Witch from Home Depot 2022, but it looks so cool, and it has animation and servo movement for only $300. That is such a good price, considering it's the exact same price as the 12-foot Skelly, which has no animations. This one is really cool. I like how it looks kind of like molten and like burnt. That if I got it, I would definitely have it on the red because I mean it looks the coolest, but green looks good too. Just an awesome 12-footer. At number 5 is Jack of Spades, and this is probably my favorite Home Depot skeleton ever. I love that animation where he lifts his drink and his cigarette to his mouth, and he also turns his head, which is a very nice addition, and also in mouth movement. Pretty good price for $150, and the fact that you can have him sitting down playing cards or standing up is just like so awesome. At number 4 is the Victorian Vampire, who in my opinion should have been called either Nosferatu or Count Orlok, but it's okay. This is just such a cool animatronic. It's a reskin of Boogeyman, and I think that that's really good. I saw him in person, and he's actually a lot smaller than I thought, but I still think he's really cool. Lots of people are kind of disappointed in him, but I really like him. I don't see why they wouldn't like him. Next is what is objectively the best prop of the year, but there's 2 more that I personally like better. But coming in at number 3 is Captain Cuts. This is a phenomenal animatronic. He looks straight from the Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, and he also has some nice gruesome phrases too, like when he says, I'll cut you down and swab the deck with your entrail. That's really cool and gruesome. And his animation is so lifelike, it's actually crazy. And only $250, that's a pretty good price. And I love that he has like a glass eye because he got cut on one of them. It's so cool. 10 out of 10 prop. And my second favorite Home Depot Halloween animatronic of 2024 is the Fear Valley Wolf. This is an awesome animatronic. It has such lifelike movement, and I love like how it shows its teeth like it's snarling. And those yellow eyes are so creepy and cool. I love like how you can see it's torn off flesh, and it's so cool. I'm pretty sure it's pretty big too. Yeah, this is just an awesome one. My only negative is that it's a little pricey. I feel like 150 instead of 200 would have been a little better, but it's still an absolutely amazing prop. And my favorite Home Depot 2024 Halloween animatronic is Soul Slasher. This is an incredible animatronic. The theming is so cool. He's such a unique scarecrow with that awesome top hat and his sickle. We barely see sickles on scarecrows, so it's really cool to see that. I actually got him because my local Home Depot recently started putting out their stuff. So Store Tour and his unboxing his setup will probably be coming pretty soon. But just an amazing Scarecrow. That pointing animation is so unique. He is 10 out of 10 prop, one of my favorites of the year.